Good afternoon. This is Paul Wilson with Faculty Development videos on Moodle training from Shaw University. Today we are back in class and we're going to be looking at some pointers for you to help you with your class and with tracking students. We want to see how we can track student progress. So I will be reminding you of some features that allow you to track student progress in class. We come into the class and we turn our editing on. Once we are in the class, one of the things we can do to track our students is to look at attendance. Another is grades. And then finally our logs and statistics. Those are the things I will point out today. One of our latest videos showed how to create an attendance roster. Let's go to attendance now. Click that, please. For today's purposes, I'll be using our friend and colleague Lucy Wilson. Once we're in attendance, we look at the tabs and we find the Report tab. Click that. Now we have a report of attendance in the class for all the students, and we can, using the bar at the bottom of the page, go back and forth to check attendance. And you'll see over on the far right a complete description of what's going on. But let's click the name Lucy Wilson, our colleague for today, and look at her attendance report. Here we have a very detailed description of her attendance. Sessions, present, late, excused, and absence, attendance percent. Using this, we can determine if the student is not attending frequently enough or if their attendance has fallen below a critical level. We can also set up a system to remind students of how many absences are allowed and when they have exceeded the number. You need to be very explicit about your expectations as far as attendance. When do they attend? How often do they attend? How long do they attend? And how do you treat absences? Let's move from here. We've already looked at this. Now we're going to go, using the breadcrumbs, back to the course. And this time we're going to monitor student progress by grades. We'll still be on the left side of the class, and we're looking in the block called Administration. I'm looking at a block in Administration, and I'm looking particularly at the function grades. Please click that. As we come into grades, we will be seeing a grader report. And for our class, for this training session, you'll see that there are only a few entries here. Again, our friend and colleague is at the bottom, Lucy Wilson, and next to her is this little icon, Grades for Lucy. I want you to click that. We are currently in Grader Report, but click this little icon next to her name. Now we are moved from Grader Report to User Report, and we have one user that we're looking at. We can now look at all the entries in the class so far. For every entry, it will show if there is a grade that's been given previously. None have been given so far for these first assignments, but under paper, we do have a grade, and we said for her paper she had received 10. That reads out as 100% of that assignment. Don't be confused when it says 100% down here. That's because the setting averages out, but you can have it read otherwise. We learned that in the setup of the gradebook. For now, just know that you can monitor her progress by turning to her user report under the gradebook, and then you can see missing assignments and you can see those completed. From her side, she can access this if you have made the gradebook visible, and she can also be looking at assignments to see whether they are submitted and what the grade is. Now go with me back to the class using the breadcrumbs. We're going to follow the class. We're back here at the class. Now I want to show you another powerful tool to use, and that's under Participants. So go to the block People, click Participants. Let's find our student Lucy and click her name. Now we have the participant screen for Lucy Wilson. You might wonder, what can we find there? There are many things that we can access from this screen. For instance, we can find her forum post and her advanced forum post. Click Forum Posts. If she had posted anything in forums, or if she had led a discussion in forums, you would now be able to see that. In this case, I have a student that has no posts. If in fact she had posted, you would see the post. You would see the grade for the post over here on the right. And you would be able to jump from there to see the post in context if you wanted. The same would be true for advanced forum posts. You can track her contributions to advanced forum posts. But now let's move to the activity report. One of the tabs here that we can find for this student, activity report. Click that. Now we have a lot of detailed information. So while we're looking here, let's look at all logs. Click all logs. Now I have a report for her activity. I'm going to see when she logged in to the class. I am going to see what she was doing in the class. The time, the IP address, that is the machine that she is using, the full name, the action, and the information. This allows me then to understand what the student is doing and what she is active doing. When a student reports, I've been in a certain forum or assignment, I posted something. Of course, you will see that pop up, but this will tell you whether in fact they were in the assignment. Now I want to go back here to the complete report. Let's go to complete report. Under complete report, we of course have a reminder of this. But under the complete report, under week 0, you can see that there were no posts, there were resources that were never seen, and so on. And you can go down to week 3, resources never seen, forum, no post. If you're concerned about a student getting information and they have never seen a resource, this will tell you that they have never seen it, so you can point the student to something that they need to read or to give attention to. Now let's go back to all logs where we were before. The total hits for the class are going to be played out here. You'll see the date on this little chart when they were last there. And if you want, you can even go into today's logs, click that, and you will see the hits and what they were doing today. If you have the expectation that they will do some particular thing today on a specified day, and you want to know if in fact they're doing it, you can go to today's logs and monitor the progress on that. This tool is very helpful for you, and it can allow you to monitor what they're doing and when. You remember, as you watch a student building up their attendance and also their interaction with the course, there may be certain things that appear as deficiencies. Maybe they are not doing forums at all. Maybe they have missing quizzes. As a proactive instructor, you then can help them to give attention to these particular items, get back on track, get involved in the class, and do their work. All those things can contribute to a good outcome for the student. Let's go back to the class now. So we follow the breadcrumbs and we go back to the class itself. What I have been doing is tracking one particular student. Of course, I can track and see about the class itself. There are lots of statistics that I can find. If I have a quiz in the class, I can go to the class quiz